Alright, you guys, here it goes. I did a live last night where my decal did not lay as planned, so I did it again afterwards. And today I chose a different design, so I've started it so that we don't have to go through all the tedious stuff. But I cut my design at 10 inches wide by 7.4. I should say, yeah, 10 inches long by 7.4 inches high. That seems to wrap perfectly around a Walmart brand, and I'm going to use the teal one today because my color palette is teal. It's the Built, 20 ounce Built. They don't taper very much on the bottom, so the wrapping works better with that. I don't know how it would work on a tapered one such as the Kiss one. It would probably fold kind of like the excuse me, mermaid scales. But anywho, this is what I'm going to use today. And this is the Cricut brand double-sided adhesive paper, like this. It comes 8 sheets, and they're about $19 for the pack. So they're a little pricey, but they're a lot of fun. So I started and I cut out my design. And today I stuck with teals and browns. All those little white areas, I left little spots right here just to show you. So now I'll peel all of those off and put my last color on there. This is my last double-sided piece of tape and my last cup, so after this video I need to go visit the cup lady and order some. I've just been practicing on the Walmart ones. Again, double-sided adhesive paper, silhouette. Oh, if anybody could find one that's just a little bit thicker, whoever makes a double-sided, the silhouette's the only one. Somebody talked about silly winks too. I don't know what silly winks are, nor have I ever tried those. So I have a Cricut Maker, and I use the paper setting, and it is the setting of adhesive backed paper, and I keep it on the default. If you put more pressure on it, it has a tendency to, I'll show you in a second here. Let me grab this last one off. It has a tendency to cut through the yellow in the back, and you don't want it to cut through the back. See how mine's all one piece? You want that. Too much pressure is going to cut through the whole thing, and not enough pressure isn't going to cut through that. Or I shouldn't say that. Too much pressure is going to cut all the way through it. You don't want that. It leaves a disastrous mess on your mat, trust me. It happened yesterday. Oops. Okay, so now I peeled off all of those areas. See where they're yellow? And I'm going to go in there with my chocolate brown. And I just use, like, this is Walmart. Just a Walmart. I know what it's called. Espresso. I have a few fancy glitters, and by fancy I mean like through some fancy places, but for the most part, let's see, I used Waterfall from Sparkle and Sprinkle, but otherwise just basic palette. Don't have to have fancy glitter when you're practicing. When I figure out which colors flow with what, and through repetition, I'll start investing in the little more expensive glitter, but right now I'm just practicing. So any color glitter is fine. Sky's the limit, you guys. Really is. And practice, practice, practice. You know, everybody's machine is different. So just because I say a self-adhesive, you know, or double-sided adhesive paper works best for my machine, it doesn't always work best for everybody's machine, but that's what my Cricut Maker likes. And it's just the regular blade that came with it. And it's a fairly sharp blade because I just got it for Christmas, but to sharpen your blade, you just poke that little pin through a hunk of tin foil. That should sharpen it right back up. Alright, so now I cover those with my espresso. You want to just kind of rub it in that area just so it's stuck to that adhesive. Kind of keep it in its own roll. You don't want to grind it into the other colors that you have on there. Oh, it's so quiet in my house. Kids are at school. Alright, let's see if I missed any spots. Yes, I did. So, this is how it's coming so far. Sorry, my terrible lighting. Well, that didn't make it any better. Maybe it did. So anyway, that's how it's coming along. But I missed a spot right here. So I'm going to fill that in. Pull that one out. And then we're going to seal it like a real light sealer. Again, rubbing it in lightly. A couple different directions just to get it to stick to that spot. And now before I spray it, I'm just going to lightly take my foam brush. Ooh, I missed another spot. Better check this out fairly. My eyes aren't working today. Not enough coffee yet. Okay, anyhow. I'm going to take my foam brush and just brush away any that, might be, that brown might have landed on some of the green and you might not like the looks of it. Just, again, not necessary, but if you're working with like whites and blacks together, you want to brush that. Oh, that's another hint too. Always start with your dark colors. I ended with my dark color, but it doesn't matter really. So now, what I did wrong last night, I'm not going to do wrong today. I'm going to give it a real light coat of the triple thick Krylon. I normally do this outside, but I'm going to do it right in my garbage can here. Because it really is just a light coat. And that's just so it stays put. I see a little bit of brown in the green areas, but if you're a perfectionist, again, that's just the Krylon clear glaze. So we'll let that dry a little bit, and then we are going to wrap it around the cup, cross our fingers, send good vibes to it. Here's my first one I did. Got a few little dingers in it, or not dingers, I shouldn't say, but I can see a little bubble in there. But I think once the resin gets put on there and it soaks in a little bit, that color will change. This one reminds me of a church window. This one reminds me of like that 70s show. I've done Kiss. They were like my first ones, and I don't like them. I didn't do the wrap. I did individual pieces, and I just don't like. It's not perfect, but it's kind of cool. Ooh, that light is glaring, I'm sorry. Ooh, my peacock. My peacock didn't pop as much either. And this is using the same paper. But there she is. If you're just starting out using this double-sided adhesive paper, stick to something basic, a pattern. You know, some of those ladies out there do some really, really extremely tiny things. You're going to get frustrated. If you're just starting out, start out with something basic like this. Because I have a Monsters Inc. one cut upstairs, and just their faces and stuff. Just hope those pieces don't fall off, you know, when it's not their time to fall off. But, alright, so what I'm going to do today, which I didn't do last night, is I'm going to leave this white on. That's going to be stability. So I'm just going to peel the back off right now and leave that white part on. Make sure that sticky part stuck to the white part, and it did. So you just want to peel it off in one big sheet. Voila. No cuts. This one cut perfectly. Make sure you don't cut through that yellow part. There is my cup. The back is there. So I'm just going to eyeball it. And I'm simply going to rest this down on the, let's see which one's the flattest side. I guess it doesn't matter. It's this little thing. It's got a little thing sticking up. I'll flip it. So I'm simply going to set it down about the halfway point because I got the word built in the back there. I'm going to set it down. I'm going to let it touch my cup. And I'm just going to wrap it. Let it do the work. Slowly pressing it. Making sure you're pulling towards the bottom. And then right here, if you want to be really picky and fussy. But I'm not going to be because mine is just going, I'm going to be overlapping on the bottom. So I'm going to taper that off a little bit. Else it's going to be overlapping down there. Yeah, that top will line up with that bottom. Actually, yeah. Just trim it. I'm just being really particular. And that's as good as it's going to get. Alright, so press it all down. I'm going to leave that overlapping because I don't want those white parts colliding there. What color did I forget there? Kind of blends in with the cup. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of light blue on there. Alright, so now I'm going to peel all the white part on. It's too late if it's not stuck right now. And this is where I went wrong last night. I peeled that white stuff off, and I had no stability. This is a different design than what I've been using. Again, I don't want those two to collide. peeling all this background off. And now we can let them collide. They're not going to collide perfectly. But you know what? It's going to be perfect enough. Go slow. The top overlap a little bit. That's okay. We're going to go around and press anything that you think might show up in that final coat. Oh my goodness, you guys, can you see it? It looks beautiful without the background. Let's add the background. Woohoo, here's the fun part. Alright, you guys, and I'm going to go with a silver, because I think that's going to make that pop. And my favorite silver of all time is like it's a fairy dust or whatever, but it's, oh, I hate that light going on there. It's crazy. Oh, you can't even see the glimmer. I'm sorry. Anywho, it's not important about the colors that you use. As long as they're pretty. Who cares who makes them, who, whatever. And now we're just going to fill it all in. Oh, I should do this first. Oh my goodness, you guys, this is going to be awesome. Press down. Make sure I'm still rolling here. Nope. Here's what the brand that I'm using to build. Alright, I gotta grab some more bling bling. This one's from Glitter and Blanks, but I pour it in these little containers. Pat it a little bit. Get it stuck to that adhesive. Reveal it. And there it is. Taking that brush again. Rubbing off anything loose. I do have a little thingy. Well, my peacock cup is occupying it. Look at that, you guys. There it is. Horrible, horrible light. Here's our seam. We didn't collide quite perfectly. That's okay. It's pretty. Ooh, it's different. I like the colors. I'm sorry it sucks in my tutorial. But there we have it. Voila. All one piece. So, the bottom looks like it lined up okay. Maybe a little tiny bit right there, and that's just being picky. The top up here's got a little bit hanging. I'll go around and I'll seal it a little bit, and then I'll go around and squish these little wrinkles in. There's really not even that many. I think we did awesome. We did awesome. Squish them, whatever. But that's it. There it is. All in one piece. Again, I cut it 10 inches long by 7.4 inches high. I looked under graphic color pages. Use that wisely on the internet. You never know what'll come up. Don't put in adult color pages. That's kind of scary, but lots of fun designs on there. Those of you that didn't see the rainbow one, that one was kind of fun. This one reminds me of a church window. And then the one we did today. These are fun to play with. Pick your basic designs. Silhouette brand. If somebody else has something better, this is what I use. It's not the thickest. I wish the plastic filming on it would be a little bit thicker so it's not so easy to show those bubbles or easy to push them out. But it's fun. Have fun with it. Thanks for watching. And now y'all know how to do my cup. Have a good day.